Hey guys, Gardens More. Like most gardeners, I probably forget to take before pictures forever. I mean, I will probably forget, not on purpose, but I've been mulching with the grass here so that all of my plants that I want to grow are nice and flourishy. And I've plucked out all the weeds. I don't get a lot of weeds. What I get is a little bit of chickweed and a little bit of dandelion. And I accidentally, I think, pulled out a sunflower. So sorry, sunflower, but you're getting composted now. But all of everything else is doing really well and starting to flower and seed and doing the whole thing. I mean, my peppers are still tiny, but that's the point, you know, that's life. I just harvested some more lettuce, some spinach, some of my little baby lettuce yesterday for a salad, and it was actually quite tasty. And look at it. I mean, you couldn't even tell that I've plucked this whole section. And I mean, I plucked off a bunch of spinach as well. And now the spinach is like, oh yeah, no problem, we'll grow bigger. So plucking is very helpful. I've had to remove the netting from this area here because my sweet peas are just flourishing, and I would like them to grow at least to the top of this before I cut them off. And that means that I'm going to have to leave it open, which kind of sucks, but it's also mostly just to keep the birds from eating the saplings, not so much anything else. Doesn't keep the bugs out, doesn't keep the pollinators out really. I mean, I didn't cover at all any of the trellis section, so it's free for all anyway, but it's mostly to keep the birds from the saplings and to keep the hail from completely demolishing my garden. So, I mean, in the long run, I'm not doing too bad. Like, that's my garden bed right now, and they're really going. I am going to be building some to-go crates in order to make sure that this continues to go with me, but the plan is mostly to keep the sweet peas, the Windsor beans, and all the things that are stringing in the trellises, and then I'm going to pretty much just move the whole chunk of trellis section all as one piece. I'm going to build a custom garden piece for that, and same thing for the corn, which is gonna be complicated, I have to admit, but it will be the last thing to come out of there. Most of what's coming out of here in this first garden bed will end up being chop and drop. So the peppers will get transplanted, the beans will probably get transplanted, the lettuce is gonna get chopped and dropped. It's winter lettuce, so like this next leafing is probably its next to last growth or so, and then this front area is all carrots. So the big ones are doing really well, and I hope that they're growing good carrots. I think that my little green here is a little too green. There's too many carrots to grow, but we'll see how it goes, and I will probably be transplanting those into individual kind of little pots or something like that. I've got a bunch of little pots that are deep but little that I can do. And I mean, everything else is kind of just going to get its own milk crate kind of sized thing. See, even my cauliflower, like, woo! But yeah, I'm just mulching away, forgetting my before pictures, getting eaten by mosquitoes, you know, the usual gardening things. But yeah, I feel better. I start my morning by coming out here and checking on all my plants. And I had a ton of grass, and I hand plucked it all so that I could make some mulch. And yeah, I don't have a lawnmower, so this is how I go. And it's been a fun journey. So I guess I have really enjoyed being a gardener, and I have really enjoyed learning how to garden effectively, as well as how to like make all of this into like garden stuff, which wasn't a thing I thought would be like fully possible. I thought I'd have to spend a lot more money than I did, and so far the only money I have really spent has been at the dollar store on the netting, and I think that's pretty much it. Like the netting that goes across all of this, the string I brought from my cupboard of lots of crafts, all the wood's been scrapped in some way, shape, or form. I have gotten all of the dirt and everything. Oh, I bought, what, 3, 4 bags of soil when I first started back in like the immediate winter, so that I would have dirt inside until the ground thawed enough for me to start working out here and to start using the compost. All of my pots and plastic pots and stuff has all been recycled from my sister, from people around the neighborhood. So if you're thinking of gardening and you think, oh, I can't possibly do it, I have no money, well, guess what? You just put in the sweat, the blood, and the tears, and that's it. It will work, because, I mean, this has just been a cycle of recycling. I have wandered my yard, I have wandered my life, I have wandered my house, and I have come up with all of this stuff. I will say, gotta buy seeds or be willing to work to trade other people for seeds, because I know people give away their seeds in the early spring from the last couple of previous years because they start to get old, and then your germination rate goes down. But I promise you that even old seeds still do a lot, and I know that because I got beans from the store and they are growing. So yeah, you can do this no matter how little or how much you've got. So enjoy gardening, guys, and I'll see you probably tomorrow.